my cup look? Oh, disgusting.
Oh, what are you doing?
Sorry.
What are you talking about? Your cup. This is not the
No,
way we
it's
start
just
the show
that
normally.
I
I'm so
get
sorry, Lavoie.
lipstick on my cups, and it drives me mad because you have to scrub it off.
It sounds
You're wearing
obscene.
a terrible lipstick. That's all I'm saying. No link
I
to
know.
my own.
Well, it's MAC, so I'm sorry. It has to be quite good lipstick, doesn't it?
It's not as good as Lavoie's lipstick.
No, it's not. Not as good as Lavoie's.
No.
Endorsement plug within the first 2 minutes. I'm liking the show already.
Have you been for a swim?
I'm going to go for a swim any minute now. You've just realised that's not a backdrop. Now I've hit it. I'm actually in the Falkland Islands. It was on the green list. I thought I'm going. I flew out. Absolutely
Fabulous.
Beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. I can see there's all sorts of celebrities here. You'd be devastated. People over there. Ruth Langsford's over there. Gemma Collins. They're all here. All the greats. Yes, they're all sunbathing. They've all ran away for here.
Well, your sky and your sea is moving slightly, so that's fascinating.
Yes, it is. It's wonderful. Yes, I'm not sure if it's a mild earthquake. We've been having a few of them.
Well,
this morning,
it could well be.
It could be, and the sea is incredibly still.
Well, I hope you're not sunbathing and without protection, of course.
Oh no, I've got Veruca socks on. Don't you worry. I'm fully protected. You never know what you'll catch on these beaches. Honestly.
Well, I know.
No, so true. So true. Listen, darling, can I just share with you both my anxiety of the week is that last week, I didn't mention it because I didn't want to upset anyone, but my washing machine broke. So I've had to do washing.
By hand?
By hand? Oh, we said that together. By hand?
What, in the river on the stove?
Yes. Yeah. And then I've got a big, yeah, exactly. And then I have a huge, what's the thing when you used to run it through the what's it?
A mangle.
Thank you, dear. I thought that was just my life. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, then I mangle it and it's been a nightmare. And then yesterday, the freezer broke. So there's the panic. What am I going to do with the fruit? I can't lose this food. It's our food. I can't lose it.
What did you do?
Well, I had to rush to neighbours, dear, and I forced them to open drawers and shove my freezer food in.
So there's you rushing up the road with a leg of lamb saying, help me, help me. People are thinking, oh God, what's happened?
No, not a leg of lamb, some plant-based burgers. Thank you.
Exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
I can't, the wind those plant-based diets create, honestly, the stench. I have seen grown men go down like Skittles with some of these vegan diets. Honestly, the stench is horrific.
Oh, it is. It's very smelly, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. I don't know why, though.
Well, I don't know, and I'm glad we're on a Zoom, so we don't have to find out. But I want to know, Harriet, what was the most interesting thing you found in your freezer that you were like, how long has that been there?
It's an interesting choice, and I'm afraid it was some old chicken bones, because I thought I was going to make soup.
Oh, yeah, of course, we all do that every time.
They're only a few months old, but I thought, no, I can't.
And you know what disgusts me is people open their freezers and some things have been in there a year and they think they can eat it.
No.
Because it's frozen. That's not true.
Oh,
Don't
I'm learning
eat
so
frozen
much on
food.
this show. I didn't know that wasn't true.
Yes, no.
It has a time limit. A frozen time limit.
There's a time limit for everything.
Girl, do I look like the sort of woman that freezes chicken bones? No, I don't, quite frankly. Haven't got the time. I'm far too busy. And if you weren't sitting on that washing machine so much on a spin cycle, it might not have broken, Harriet. I think that's all the same about that one.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yes, that's how she got through lockdown.
Well, I was going to say, girl's got to do something.
Now you're going to have to invest now in a little pantry. Because that's what my grandma had, a pantry.
Yeah, my grandma did too.
And she's got all the meat in it, and chicken and cheese, and it was always cold.
My grandma used to have that sticky backed vinyl that you put on the shelves.
Yes.
It looked like gingham.
Yes.
Like gingham.
Yes.
Do you remember on the shelves?
Yes. Down.
Who is our guest today, please? Lavoie.
Well, go on.
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. This lovely lady has worked with everyone. And when we say that normally, some of these names might be quite current, but we are going iconic status. We're talking, she has worked with Freddie Mercury, Donna Summer, Diana Ross, Whitney Houston, you name it, she has worked with them, choreographed them, danced with created the most amazing iconic group on television, Hot Gossip. It's the one and only Arlene Phillips.
There you are.
Darling.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome back to our mad nest.
Yes.
How are you, darling?
I'm fine. I'm even happier here to be gossiping with these beautiful people.
And I have to say, Arlene, I think it's time you were Dame Arlene Phillips. I'm going to put
I second that.
You
I'll
should
second
be Dame Arlene Phillips. And there's absolutely no reason now why not.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. It's a travesty.
Watch this space, everybody.
Lovely
Yeah.
thing to say.
Arlene, darling, I want to know, please, I know you're doing 2 very exciting things at the moment, announced today.
Yes, I'm doing 2 very exciting shows, and that isn't including my own show with the fabulous and very humble Voix. No, but I am directing a brand new show, which is come over here from Broadway, but we're doing a new version called The Cher Show, all about the life of the woman herself. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know, it's so thrilling. There's so much in the show, and of course all those songs that believe, I mean, they just go on and on, you know, from I Got You Babe right through.
If I could turn back time, well, that's my favorite.
Yeah, everyone is, you know.
That's what Sherry says when she goes to Harley Street, bless her.
Yeah, if I said every day, Voix.
I know, but did you know Cher was 75 yesterday?
Yes.
No.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah, and what I love about her is she doesn't care what her chronological age is.
No.
She doesn't give a shit. She is the woman, and she is being the woman she wants to be. She's being the age she feels. She's showing off that body with very little on, and I don't mind what she's had done to it because she looks fabulous. I get like a tingle when I hear her sing.
Me too. Amazing.
Absolutely.
Excited. And then we go from one, you know, incredible woman to a show that I'm choreographing about another iconic male who in his 80s has a #1 hit. And it's a show, it's about, based on the original Tom Jones, late 19th century novel, and it also is all set to the music that Tom Jones has sung.
Brilliant.
And it's about Tom Jones, and it's a great story. It's set in the 60s, but actually based on the original novel, and it's naughty and sexy and brave, and then again, great music. You Have Nothing. It's not unusual. So we are searching for a new young Tom Jones. We've had auditions. We're holding
how's that going?
So it's going great. I mean, we've seen some fantastic young men. I mean, with that raw Tom Jones sound, but you know, that kind of Welsh, you know, there's a beauty to the voice.
Yes.
Kind of rough or low it gets.
Have you had some terrible Welsh accents? Because I can't do accents. I can't do the Welsh accent. I try and do that.
No, you can't.
No, stop.
I agree on that, actually. No, you know, it doesn't matter about the accent. Actually, the original Tom Jones was from Somerset, and I can't do that.
Somerset, I can try and do that.
We can do that.
You're all doing
that.
And I'm doing my northern one.
We can do Northern, that's right. Oh, this is good. We had an acting lessons.
Yes, from all those wonderful acting dames we have.
Darling, it's like this is like a show reel.
So when do these shows open, Arlene?
The Tom Jones called What's New Pussycat opens in Birmingham in October, and the Cher Show opens at the Curve Leicester in April of next year.
Oh my God.
Lots of work to do, lots of excitement, a lot of buzz, a lot of people, you know, who have performers, actors, many who've just, you know, trained or tried to train through the pandemic, you know, auditioning. So if we're looking for lots of young, new people who we can celebrate their talent in the shows I'm working on.
And how fantastic that we're coming back, and this is the beginning again. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and theatre says everything. Theatre is where you can release all your feelings, your emotions.
Yes.
You can laugh, you can cry. You're sitting in a seat, you know, in a darkened theatre. And I feel like with everyone, and I know with myself too, you know, I'm actually afraid to go out and see a show because I have so much pent up angst and, you know, kind of, you know I know I have a lucky life, but, you know, everybody has their own troubles. Somewhere inside, we all have our own worries. And somehow theatre reaches out and allows you to release those emotions, which ultimately, whether it's laugh, cry, intensity, anger, whatever, we all at the end join in as one, and we stand up, and as we applaud, we're on fire, and then we bounce out of the theatre talking about what we've seen. There is nothing like it. Nothing.
No, it's fantastic. It's back. But I mean, it's obviously not till October, but that will be, hopefully our world will be fine by then.
Hopefully.
Yeah. And of course, before that, well, there's a certain somebody sitting there on your panel who we are going to be gossiping.
Oh, finally, you went on such a tangent with all these other random shows, and I thought, when is she going to mention
When's she going to say it?
I thought, who's Tom Jones? Who's Cher? Who knows who these people are? And then I was so pleased, because I'm going to jump in here, Arlene, because I'm going to announce what's happening. I'm only lucky enough to be in a chair on a stage in a West End theatre very, very soon, 7th of June, with Arlene Phillips, an evening with Arlene, where she's going to be dishing all the hot gossip on stage. She's going to be talking about everyone, what they were like, were they nice, were they awful, how she started her career. I'm going to get all the dirt out of it, aren't I, Arlene?
Oh, you certainly are. And actually, I was doing an interview the other day, and I said why I love chatting with Voix, because she makes me say things I have no intention of telling anybody.
No, I can't believe that.
All coming out. Yeah, all of those, you know, backstage in the theatre. You know, there are many, many divas, and I've come across them all, you know.
I'm sure.
And there's a story to tell, and people don't realize what it takes to put a show on or make a film. Not what it's actually like. The reality, it all sounds so gorgeous. Oh, it isn't. The time.
Yes, because there's a little word in our business that never gets featured in a contract. It's never in any of the plans, and it's called ego. Isn't it, Arlene? And I want to know about egos. Who has had the biggest ego you've ever worked with?
Am I going to tell it now, or am I going to save it?
Well, you could tell one now, because there must be hundreds.
Yeah.
Actually, the first one where it's a female stood before me and actually demanded to be called Miss Ross was quite a shock. I was taken aback, because why waste the time saying two names when you could say one, Diana? Simple to do when you're making a music video and you have no time at all.
Yes.
So Diana,
Miss Ross.
It was.
I thought it was maybe Jonathan Ross.
No.
I see.
Miss.
I see.
I wasn't
Sorry, I've got the wrong.
Miss right now, but you never know.
You never know. You never know. It's 2021.
Yes.
Yes.
Miss Ross. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, I mean, I can kind of get that.
Have you got one, darling, Sherry?
No, I not that I can tell, because it's Harriet.
I was just going to say it's Sherry. Damn.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, now, Arlene, can I just say to you something? I've watched everything you've ever done all your life, and I just think I wonder if you believe that dancing now is very different to when you started, or is the attitude of the dancers different?
Yes, I mean, dance has moved on in a way that was almost unimaginable from when I began dancing. And the training, although we thought it was grueling, is nothing like the training they have now. And the extraordinary inventions and talents of some of these young dancers. And you know, you're talking about drama school didn't teach a lot of movement then. And very often now at the drama schools, they teach enough movement to get by. But in the dance colleges, they have to teach 3 times as many genres of dance than they ever taught. You used to do tap, ballet, modern, national dancing. You know, then came contemporary dance, extraordinary, different ways, and that expanded. And then, of course, you know, the whole hip hop breaking.
Oh, yes, of course.
Lyrical hip hop, the way and the movements, the invention. And a lot of the colleges are trying to teach, particularly for musical theatre, every single genre. But the dances are extraordinary. But I think there have been big changes in dance. And certainly, you know, I know, you know, I created Hot Gossip, and Hot Gossip was recreated as a reaction because on television in the 70s, on Saturday night, I felt like, I don't want to be rude, but if I saw another smiling dancer just dancing and doing the steps, I'd go crazy, because I was living the life in the 70s. I was clubbing, I was down the King's Road, I was anywhere and everywhere, new fashion, new designs, sexy clothes. And I wanted to see that on my television, and nobody did. So I invented this group called Hot Gossip, who is going to dance the way I feel. And of course, 3 years, they were rejected from every television producer that came to see the group perform. And then one brave director, David Mallet, who was about to do a new show, the Kenny Everett video show, saw a photograph of us, never saw us dance, and he went to his PA, I want Arlene Phillips, I want Hot Gossip in that show. And of course, Mary Whitehouse in the 70s, public morals, she was keeping a watch on your television, made such a fuss, spoke about it in the House of Parliament. Hot Gossip made front page news on every newspaper. And of course, she never realized she made my career from that moment.
From that moment on.
I would have loved to have watched Mary Whitehouse, you know, with a cup of tea when Hot Gossip came on that television. I would just imagine her reaction, grabbing a pen and paper as quick as she can.
I think the tea went all over her face.
Arlene, can I ask you, Danny, when you started choreographing Starlight and things, which everyone's all on skates, how did that idea, what did you do? What was the sort of thought process to create that extraordinary example of how you can transform into trains?
Well, I think that our very, very first outing was at a little theatre in Leicester Square where we did a workshop. And we brought in, we didn't quite know how to do it. So we brought in skaters who couldn't sing or dance, and theatre triple threats who could give us the story and the music. We had Francis Raffel. Actually, we had Tracy Ullman playing Pearl on that particular outing. And she didn't like Pearl. Pearl was far too sweet for Tracy, and she wanted to play the naughty train, which was being played by Francis Raffel. So we experimented. We had our skates. We tried to train people to skate or the skaters to sing. We had this whole mix. And then when we started doing trains, I just went, look, can everybody just grab hold of a T-shirt or anything you want, and let's pretend we're little kids. When you used to go around, you had steam trains with wheels going choo, 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 choo. So let's just form a train. And we put together the trains hanging onto the T-shirts. Then John Napier came up with the belts with 2 loops. And we started breaking up into 2s and coupling up. And so the sort of train movements were invented in that workshop in a tiny little room. And we kind of knew we had something from the start.
Oh, it was what I always remember going to see it and being blown away. And even to this day, when the train sang Starlight Express, and today it just makes me really shiver. It's so wonderful.
Is that your karaoke song, Sherry?
No, I wouldn't dream of hurting it, because it's so that moment.
Yeah, and now in Germany, where Andrew at its 30th anniversary, did a complete remaking of the show. And we now, there's this moment which I almost can't believe how I'm going to feel, or understand how I'm going to feel when I actually go back and that show starts again. It'll be about its 33rd year, I think, when we
Wow.
34th.
Wow.
But there's a moment now where you see one little drone, a little star, and as he goes Starlight Express and sings it out, the whole
that makes me cry. Just
of these little drones. It's such an emotional moment. It's so, I don't think there's a time I go to see the show and it doesn't just hit me.
Maybe even when I hear it, you know, it makes me really shiver. Was it Stephanie Lawrence, the Pretty Train?
Yeah,
she was just amazing, and such a talent, and so troubled. You know, it's the tragedy of that is, I mean, will stay with me forever, because
me too.
I remember seeing her on stage and she was just sensational, and it took my breath away. And then tragedy, but you know,
talent and such a depth of happiness. You wonder how somebody so beautiful, so
so talented,
and dance, anything and everything.
I know everything, to have that amount of talent. But wonderful show. I wish they'd bring it back.
So do I.
I don't know if they will. I mean, you've got to have that theatre, haven't you, where they can.
Yes.
It's done really well in Germany. It's been on in Germany for years, hasn't it?
Yeah, 34 years this year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is there one show, Arlene, you think I've got to do that again, or a new show you'd like to do?
I think the only new show I'd like to do is there are two amazing writers that we've got an idea for, and definitely it has drag in it, and that is really close to my heart, because my life has been really, from the earliest days of my teaching in London, I somehow attracted this enormous crowd of drag queens or wannabe drag queens, as well as lawyers and doctors. It was the most bizarre anyone has ever taught. So it's always been very, very close to my heart. That's what I really want to do. But I have one show, and I know that it's been remade in New York. There's a film coming out, but the show that is my passion, and no, I wouldn't want to do it because I wouldn't think that it ever needed a change, but I'm excited to see the changes, and that's West Side Story.
Yes,
perfect show. Perfect.
Oh God, yes, it's time for that to come back.
Well, we've now got the film coming up,
the new movie.
I'm not sure about the new movie, I have to say, because I'm still stuck in Russ Tamblyn. You know, I can't move from Russ Tamblyn.
That's a euphemism, so we'll move on from that.
Yes.
If I may. Darling, Voix, I believe you have a tour. Do you not, dear?
I do have a tour. I thought that was going to be Arlene's dream show to be in, but I was
about to say, I want to come on the cruise.
Well, do you know what I think, Arlene? Before we talk about my tour, which is starting in a few weeks and running right through till autumn, is I think, looking at you with your slick hair and how fabulous you look at your age, why don't you just play Cher in the new Cher show?
Oh, damn. I would, because I feel like...
Just cast yourself. No one's good enough. I'll do it. That's what I'd say.
I was going to say, I don't have the voice, but you do.
Well, you could stand in front of the curtain, Arlene, like Singing in the Rain, and I'll stand behind and go, I don't need your sympathy. There's nothing you can say or do for me, and I don't want a miracle. You'll never change for no one.
Could you just do a bit of I Could Turn Back Time for me, please?
I was going to say, could you just do a bit of Agadoo? I thought, Sherry, would you keep current, please?
Go on, If I Could Turn Back Time.
Okay. If I could turn back time. I take back those words that had hurt you, and you'd stay. I don't know why I did the things I did. You have to shake your whole hair off to go over.
Boom.
Love a bit of Cher. And you can see all that with, do you know who I'm doing in my new tour? Celine Dion, Tina Turner, Bonnie Tyler, Judy Garland. It goes on and on and on. And I'm touring all over. I'm going to Crazy Cox in London, which is sold out, which I'm so glad. I mean, it's social distancing and it only holds 40 people. So I'd be mortified if it hadn't sold out. And then I'm going all around the provinces, north, south, east, west with my tour, and live band and live singing and live comedy and a live audience. I just cannot wait.
We'll be there.
Cannot wait.
We'll be there.
I think I'm going to burst into tears when I walk back out on stage.
I think you will. That's what I'm saying. That pent-up emotion.
Yes.
You just don't know how it's going to.
No, I know. It's weird, isn't it? We've all been waiting for this, and now we all go, ooh, I don't know.
That's exactly it.
Arlene, darling, will you come and see us again soon, please?
Absolutely. I want to be a Wonderbird.
You are a Wonderbird.
You are, darling.
But you're going to be a Dame Wonderbird. We're going to make sure of that.
We'll be doing lots of curtsying.
Thank you.
We will.
Lots of
and make sure you come and see her an evening with Arlene on the 7th of June at the Duchess Theatre. You can get the tickets at the nimaxtheatres.com, and we'd love to see you all there. She's going to be selling everything.
We'll be there.
Great.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much.
Sweetheart.
Thank you. Love
Thank
you.
you. Bye, Arlene.
Love you. Bye.
Oh, she was so wonderful.
She is amazing. All the people she's worked with, it just completely blows my mind. Clint Eastwood, everybody. There isn't any, I don't think, she probably couldn't mention somebody she hasn't worked with. Do you know what I mean?
Could you imagine standing in front of Tina Turner going, right, so I'm thinking, just left leg, then right. I'd be thinking, oh my God, that woman is incredible. I would be totally starstruck. And how she managed to do her job is incredible in those moments.
It's fabulous. But more importantly for me, Voix, I would like to say to you, I think you should do a show of your own. And I think it should be a body makeover show for people. Oh, a
body
like
makeover,
me.
Not just face.
Right. No, body really, because how do you pull everything up? You see, I know in America you can have a pull-up and you pull up from your legs right up the top, up here and right round here, and then you put like a bulldog clip around your neck to hold it all up so it stays like that. But the only thing is you get a little sort of black furry beard here because it's pulled too far. But
I think she's experienced it. Otherwise, how could she know? That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I'm being polite, Sherry, but if they pulled everything up from your legs to your top, you'd be like one of those dolls that you pull down, it disappears inside. Wouldn't it? You know what I mean? No, we can do that, Sherry. I can talk about tightening and lifting and all that. We can do that. You'll go to Hobbycraft. We'll get a few bulldog clips so we can get a bit more of a perspective on screen so we get a full body shot. And then we can a bit like pin the tail on the donkey. We'll ask the viewers about where should we put the bulldog clip on Sherry, and I think that would be a big hit.
Well, I need to be sucked and tucked, and I'll leave.
Okay, stop there. Please stop there.
Leave
guys.
There
we need to move on. No, I'm so sorry to all the viewers. For all the viewers, I want to publicly apologise and enjoy the show. And we'll see you on Monday.
Bye.
See you Monday.
Bye, Voix.
Bye.